Welcome everyone to the Team versus Team event. Today's team event is going to be featuring drivers from the International Racing Series and the American Racing League. The people involved in the International Racing Series will be using the blue Super Formula Honda chassis, while the people in ARL will be using the Super Formula Toyota chassis. Currently, right now, we have 4 members of International Racing Series with us. We have Clockwork Motorsports' Noir Antares, then we have Damon 84C, and we have Desert Penguin 09, and then we have Ace Boy 127, one of the creators of International Racing Series. And with the American Racing League, we have Nog 3861 and Haramop 89, who races with the International Racing Series often. For now, I believe it's just practice. I'm not sure if there's a qualifying or not. From what I've been told, the race is going to be starting soon, but that might be delayed. I'm not too sure about that. Right now we're going to go and follow Noir Antares as he goes around the track. He's currently the fastest man on track right now. So it looks like right now that the potential remaining drivers for this team versus team event are showing up. Nudie is one of them, but I'm not sure who the other guy is just yet. So it looks like the race is going to be starting now. So welcome once again to the team versus team event. Tonight we have the American Racing League versus the International Racing Series. On pole for today's event is Clockwork Motorsports' Noir Antares, followed by Harimoff 89. The second row will be Nudie and Aceboy127, who is the person who made IRS. In the third row we have Damon 84C with Desert Penguin 09 for company, and rounding out the grid is Nog 3861. It's lights out. It looks like Noir's going to have a clean entrance into turn 1, it looks like. Duty is already up a position. Noir with a pretty wide turn number 2 is going to have Nudie get a bit of space onto him as a result. Ooh, that was pretty close. Wonder if they ended up touching. Let's take a look at that. It was a light tap. It was kind of worrying because that could have potentially given damage if that was heavy. Coming out of the final corner, Noir Antares is going to be leading the field on lap number 1, going on to lap number 2. And it's Nudie, followed by Harimoff, Damon, Aceboy, and Desert Penguin, who gets into Aceboy and makes him run a bit wide. Aceboy is able to stay in 5th place, so that was a little too close for comfort. And then we have Nog 3861 rounding out the grid. Further at the start, Noir Antares is pulling a tiny bit of a gap on Nudie. Nudie's on his overtake right now. He's going to gain around a 10th and a half or so. Meanwhile, back over here, Damon is going to overtake Harimoff for 3rd place. Going into this corner, though, they're side by side. Harimoff on the inside. Damon's going to keep his position on the outside going into the final couple of corners. Oh, Harimoff goes wide. Gonna just allow him through. Oh, and he has a massive incident there, but he manages to keep it going. Desert Penguin's gonna take 5th away, along with Aceboy. Yeah, this is close. This is anyone's game right now. I have a feeling they're going to stay together for most of the race. Ooh, bit of a tap there. Ooh, that could have been really bad. Harimoff is going to be challenging Damon for the final podium position. Going into turn number 1, he's on the inside. He's in a favorable lane. Is he going to be able to keep that position? Damon tries a crossover. He's going to be on the inside going into the turn number 2. Ooh, Haremop goes wide. Ace Boy's gonna go around him. Desert Penguin's gonna have a bit of a run going into turn number 3, it looks like. Is he gonna be able to make that stick? He dives down the inside! Manages to go inside of Ace Boy as a result. Does he keep that position? They're still side by side. Oh, Desert Penguin goes off! Oh, that was a big hit. Oh, we need to take a look at that. Going into this corner, it looks like... Oh, that's bad luck. If I was Haremop, I would have slowed down and let Desert Penguin by, because that looks kind of shady as far as overtaking is concerned, but so it is hard racing, and it is to be expected when you're in this type of a pack. Meanwhile, up the grid, Noir and Taras is building a nearly 2-second gap on Nudie. I have no idea how their overtakes are. Looks like they're both on the overtake button, so they're trying to still pull away. Further up the grid, or further down the grid, sorry. Haremop is going to be in third, followed by Damon, Ace Boy, Nog, and then rounding it out is Desert Penguin, who's trying to make up some lost time that was a result of getting hit off track, unfortunate for him. We're going to go on board with Desert Penguin 09. Managed to get past Nog to go back into 6th place. He sees Ace, Damon, and Haremop up there having still a pretty good battle, all things considered. Ace Boy goes really wide. He's got to be careful. Oh, Desert Penguin with a little too much acceleration off the exit. Goes into the wall. So it looks like damage is on no damage. So any bumps or taps aren't the result of any damage. Oh, what happened to Nudie? Nudie must have had a really bad off somewhere, because he's now 10 seconds away from Noir and Taras. Looks like Antares might have slowed down. I'm not sure what happened there. Did not get it on replay, unfortunately, as we were paying attention to that battle that was going on. Meanwhile, in the middle of the grid, Nudie and Haremop are just about bumper to bumper right now. Nudie hops the curb going into turn number 2. Behind Haremop are Damon and Ace Boy, followed by Nog as well. And Desert Penguin is still trying to make up some lost time. It looks like Noir and Taras might have slowed down. Yeah, he must have slowed down a lot, because he was 10 seconds up the grid. He's on his overtake button. So we go into the final corner, heading on the lap number 8 of 17. Warrantars is going to be leading for Nudie, Haremop, Ace Boy, Damon, Nog, and Desert Penguin. Ooh, Damon with a opportunistic attempt at an overtake. Tries on the inside of Ace Boy in a last-second dive bomb. It doesn't work as Ace Boy reclaims 4th place. As they go up to turn number 2, is he going to try it again, or is he going to stay in line? It looks like it's 2x2, and oh no! Damon had a bit too much oversteer and ended up hitting the wall as a result. Oh no, what happened there? Nudie was in second. And then he fell back. Oh! He got onto the gravel. Yeah, it's going to lose you a lot of time and positions as a result. As Haramob, Desert Penguin, Ace Boy, they all get past him. And while that battle is still heating up, it looks like Desert Penguin might have got into Nudie as he looked like he was a bit off. I'm not sure what Noir and Tars is doing. He must have waited for Nudie to get by, I guess? I'm not too sure. Oh god, what happened there? So as they go up to turn number 2. Okay, so I thought Ace Boy turned Haramob, but Haramob just on the outside, there was no grip. He ended up putting too much acceleration into it, ended up spinning into the wall as a result. It's an unfortunate accident for him, and it looks like Nog must have went off as well. Oh, understeer going into that corner, ends up losing quite a bit of time as a result. Going on to lap number 10, Nudie is going to be leading from Ace Boy, Nora on Towers, Damon 84C, Desert Penguin, Nog, and Haramoff 89. The grid right now is an ARL guy in first place with the 2nd through 5th occupied by IRS. That's interesting. Looks like we got some side-by-side battling going on in the IRS pack right now. Ace Boy's going to defend from Noir and Tars on the inside, going into the final couple of corners. It looks like Damon 84C is going to capitalize on that little battle, but Noir and Tars is going to have the inside for this corner, and he's going to have a tiny bit of a run on Ace Boy. I'm not sure if it's enough to get past him. Looks like they might be going side by side. Noir and Tars tries to go and overtake Ace Boy. He runs a bit wide. Everyone does. He manages to take second back. He's got a bit of time to catch up though. At 3.7 seconds on Nudie as Noir goes really wide into turn number 1. Not sure this is a good idea battling IRS guys, as you got 7 to go and Nudie's 4.4 up the road. Oh, Ace Boy, I think, had a bit of oversteer as Haramoff and Nog from ARL managed to join this battle as well. Meanwhile, Nudie has built a 5-second gap on Noir and Tars. Noir and Tars with a tiny bit of clean air. We'll see if he's able to capitalize on that and come back from that. Meanwhile, further back, Ace Boy and Haramoff and Damon are still in a fight. Going into the final corner. About to approach lap number 12 for these guys. They're still within a second or so of each other. Is Haramoff going to try around the inside? No, he's going to try and get it run out of the corner. Oh, he's going to try and go on the outside. Oh, Haramoff! Oh, and Haremop had a massive accident. What happened was he had a little too much overcorrection and he ended up spinning out, but that's not even the worst part. He goes in front of Desert Penguin and just causes him to go off as a result. While on board with Noir and Tars as he tries to desperately catch up to Nudie, who's built a 4.5 second gap. It looks like the gap is closed by around a 10th or so. A 10th of the overall gap, not a 10th measure, whatever. Running a bit wide. I'm not sure that's going to be a good idea unless Nudie's doing it too. Well, further back. That'll be between Nog, Damon, and Ace. Still going on. Nog is going to be on the inside of Damon going into turn number 2. He breaks a little bit early, but oh, Nog completely missed his braking point, I think, as a result. Ended up going in front of Damon. Damon, a little bit furious, tries overtaking on the inside of Nog. Meanwhile, Nutty is losing his gap. It's less than a second now. Noir is really picking up the pace, and Nudie's... I don't know, he's got to hold on somehow, because Noir is coming like a freight train. The gap is less than half of a second. Nudie's going to try a defensive line to try and break any potential draft. Going into turn number 1, Nudie takes a very inside line. So Nog had an accident somewhere. Let's see what happened there. So in this fight, goes on the inside. Oh, he had too much oversteer on exit. Yeah. Meanwhile, Damon is going to try up the inside of Haremop. It looks like Damon is up into second now. What happened to Noir? He must have had an accident somewhere, I think. Going into as we get to 3 to go in this race, Nudie is leading from Damon, Haremop, Ace Boy, Noir and Tars, Desert Penguin, and Nog. Oh God, what happened there? He overcorrect. Oh, too much oversteer again. Yeah, going wide there is a bit of a double-edged sword. Going to 2 to go at the line, Nudie has got a 5.8 second gap on the rest of the IRS field. I don't know, it's getting a bit too much to make a comeback. Only got to hope that Nudie's able to hold on for these last 2 laps mistake-free. No! Noir had a big off somewhere. Noir goes on the inside of Damon going to turn number 1. It looks like he might have had an overcorrect. Yep. He had a bit too much oomph on exit, and as a result ended up dropping down to 5th. Oh, Haramop passed him as well. Meanwhile, the gap between Nudie and Damon has gone up to 6.5 seconds with just around 1.5 laps to go in this race. Meanwhile, Ace and Desert Penguin are having a bit of a battle going into the final corner. Like Ace might have forced Desert Penguin a bit wide. I'm not too sure about that. Going into turn number 1. Damon, Ace, Desert, and Haramop. Oh, Haramop did it again! Varantaris is going to take 5th place again as a result. As we stay on board with this battle for 2nd and 3rd between Damon, Ace Boy, and Penguin. As he gets around the final corner, Nudie for ARL is going to take the victory here. Well done to him for staying as much out of trouble as possible. Meanwhile, Damon for IRS is going to take 2nd, followed by Ace Boy, Desert Penguin, and Noir Antares. The good work from the IRS boys taking the rest of the top 5 positions. Haramop 89 for ARL is going to come home 6th. And rounding it all out is Nog 3861. What a race, though. That was filled with a whole bunch of action. It wasn't over until it was over. Just take a look at the race results once again. Damon and Ace Boy rounded out. I'm not too sure what's happening here. I do not want to mess with anything. I'm just going to see what they're doing. I think the event might have ended. Yeah, it looks like it ended because they're voting for random tracks. What a race, though. You never knew who was going to win until pretty much the final corner because anything could have happened. Ah, so they're doing another race. That's interesting. I thought it was just one race. The number of laps is going to change to 15, and it'll be reverse grid based on the previous race results. It looks like they're going to go ahead and start the final of this race. Alright, welcome to race number 2, I guess, for this team versus team event between ARL and IRS. Starting on the front row is going to be two ARL guys, Nog 3861 and Haramoff 89. The second row is occupied by Noir Antares and Desert Penguin 09. Third row, Ace Boy 127 and Damon 84C, and the final row will be Nudie from ARL. And it's lights out. Oh no! Nog right off the bat with a terrible start ends up pretty much dropping down the order immediately. Noir Antares is going to inherit first as a result of that. Damon 84C with a terrible start. Let's take a look at what happened to him. Oh, he got onto the grass and ended up trying to overtake, and as a result, ended up going off. Meanwhile, Noir and Tar is slow through the S's. Haremop at 89 is going to go ahead and take first back as a result. Hello, CNF Stag. We have some pretty hectic Super Formula racing going on between the American Racing League and the International Racing Series. Ooh. Noir just barely avoiding spinning out as a result of getting on that grass with his rear wheel. He is flirting with disaster. Getting into turn number 1 for lap number 2, Haremop 89 leads the field from Noir and Tarez, Nudie, Ace Boy 127, Desert Penguin 09, Nog 3861, and Damon 84C, who seems to be gaining back some of the ground he lost as a result of having clean air. That's good for him. It's going to be a 7-car fight soon. Ace Boy is going to go on the inside of Nudie, going into the chicane. Nudie just about... No, Ace Boy is going to stay side by side with him. Ace Boy is going to, with a brilliant run, ends up going into the hairpin. Oh no! So he gets into this little battle going on. Oh, yep. I tell you, the grass with these cars is horrible. One mistake and boom, you immediately spin out as a result. Well, let's go on board with Nog 3861 as a part of this 4-car battle going on between ARL and IRS. Through their S's, he's going to go side by side with Desert Penguin. It looks like he has a better run. But he's still side by side. It looks like Penguin might be on the overtake button. Nog gets out of that immediately. Going into the chicane, he's going to try diving. This is live, by the way. Going into the hairpin. Still heating up. Meanwhile, up front, Noir and Tara is just behind Haremop now, putting pressure on him. Looks like Haremop 89 is on the overtake button. The overtake in this race is set to 4x, so they have definitely a lot more than what you would normally have in a Super Formula car as a result. You could pretty much use it for a very huge chunk of the race. I'm not too sure what happened to Nog. I'm gonna go back a little bit and see what happened. Looks like he was a part of this battle, and then... Oh, he got into Damon. Damon gonna try going... Nope. Ooh. Ooh. That was hairy. Dog must have had an off somewhere. As this pack of cars goes on to lap number 5, Damon is right behind Ace Boy. Is he going to try going on the inside? He's going to try going side by side. He taps Ace Boy on the mid-corner kind of pushes him off. Ace Boy's going to have a better run, though. He's going to tap Damon on the rear. Damon's going to try forcing him off, but Ace Boy... Oh, no! Desert Penguin just kind of bumps him out of the way. Damon's going to try on the inside of Desert Penguin going into the chicane. He manages to make it stick. Is he going to make it stick going into the hairpin, though, is the question. They're both on the overtake button. Ace Boy with the tap on Oh, no! Desert Penguin with the chain bump reaction pushes Damon off almost and takes fourth away from him. A little bit further up the grid, Noir and Tars and Harem off 89 are still going at it right now, going on to lap number 6. We are just 1/3 of the way through this race now. As they pull away from the pack, where's Noir and Tars going to try making his move? He's got plenty of time to do it, but he also has to worry about potentially going off, as that was a big problem in the last race with a lot of these drivers. They kept going wide, and as a result ended up having a bunch of oversteer. The Haremont might be slowly inching away. Gap is slowly increasing, but I don't think it's going to affect it that much until the hairpin. Noir and Tars. Ooh, that was a save and a half. Go back and look at that. He goes on the grass. He tries getting back on, and oh man, that could have been a lot worse. As a result of that, Haremop has built up a 1.5 second gap. Nudie is slowly closing the gap as Ace Boy and Damon are still fighting it out. Take a look from the rear wing angle and see this fight going on. Going into the roundabout corner. Desert Penguin might have a run on Ace Boy going into the chicane. He files in behind. Desert Penguin stays in front of Damon. Desert Penguin might have got into Ace. As Nudie makes a mistake! Oh my god, he saved that! What a save! And that was very close as Ace Boy almost ran into the wall. Wow. That was a very costly mistake though, because it meant that Noir and Tars and Haremop had just built the gap to around 3 seconds over Desert Penguin. The gap was originally around 1.6 seconds as a result. Nudie reclaims third place. Starting to get a tiny bit of a gap, but Desert Penguin is just closing up. He's around 5/10 now. Man, this is a really good battle. These guys haven't been apart for most of the Red Bull Ring race too, which makes this even better. It looks like Desert Penguin... No, Ace Boy must have gone off. Oh, he got pushed off. We're going to stay on board with Ace Boys. He slowly closes the gap on this group again. It's going to happen. This group cannot pull away from anyone. Damon makes a mistake in front of Ace. Nudie slows down. I think Nudie might have been involved in that. Yeah, I think Nudie pushed him off, and yeah, Nudie slowing down. I think he thinks it was his fault for that. Yeah, he's waiting now. Yeah, he's gonna let Damon pass. Alright, that was very good sportsmanship from him. Looks like the battle between Ace and Desert is now just 2 cars now, with Nog slowly closing the gap. Up front, Noir and Taras is still chasing down Haramop as they're on lap number 10 out of 15 now. Haramop flirting with disaster again with those outside curbs. Again, thank you if you're tuning in right now for these live races. This is race number 2 out of I don't know how many for the IRS versus ARL team versus team event. Meanwhile, we have a great fight for first going on between Haramop 89 of ARL and Clockwork Motorsports' Noir and Taras from International Racing Series. Further back, we have Desert Penguin 09 and Ace Boy with Nog 3861 joining the fight now. Further back, we also have Damon 84 in a nice battle with Nudie. Nudie and Damon were further up the grid, but Nudie made a mistake and bumped Damon off, and I think as a result, he might have thought it was his fault, and so as a result, he slowed down, and that's why they're so far back. As we stay on the leaders right now. I don't think they've been separated by more than a second for most of the, not all the race, actually. As we go back to see this little fight between Desert Penguin, Ace Boy, and Nog. Meanwhile, Damon 84C and Nudie are starting to catch up to this little pack, so it could be a 5-car battle for the final podium position. As we stay on board with Nog 3861 going into the roundabout corner. Ooh. Desert just stays ahead as a result. Going into the chicane. Is not going to try anything on the chicane. No, he's not. With a very wide line, though, he's going to lose quite a bit of time as a result. Meanwhile, Damon is right behind him now. We're going to go on board with Nudie as we can see this 5-car battle now going into, I guess it's climax, because I don't think it's going to change unless someone makes a really bad error. Nog goes off. Nudie had a brilliant exit, but unfortunately had multiple IRS cars in the way, so he wasn't able to capitalize on that. Going on to lap number 13. Dog's gonna have a very good run going into the S's. Desert Penguin just slots behind because he probably knows that going too wide in the S's is a terrible idea. Nudie trying to go on the outside of Damon. Is he gonna make it stick? Wow. Ooh. Damon had a really good run going out of the chicane, but unfortunately, Nudie was there, so he wasn't able to capitalize on that run. Nudie goes wide. He keeps 4th place, but it's getting to the point where a single mistake can lose you a position. Dog 3861 slowly closing that gap on the rest of this pack right here. Meanwhile, further up, going into the S's, Haramop 89 still leads Noir Antares. So we take an onboard look at Ace Boy. I think Nudie might be getting low on overtake, maybe? He's still on it right now. Very opportunistic. I'm not too sure what the highlighted LED means for the Super Formula cars, but I assume that means that it's low. Because Nudie is the only one in that pack that has that going on right now. Oh no! What happened there? Going into there. Oh, Damon shunts Ace off course. And then he overcorrects. Ends up running into Desert. Desert has a bit of a slide as a result, but ends up keeping 5th as Ace Boy is all the way down into 7th now. Meanwhile, on the final lap of the race, Haramop has built a 1.2 second gap on Noir. I'm not sure if they keep this up, there's no way Noir is going to be able to overtake him. Going into the chicane, it looks like they both get through it easily. Noir Antares gets a better run, it looks like, maybe. But I think Haramop has more overtake use. Maybe? I'm not sure. The gap has gone up to 1.4 as they head into the final couple of corners. Wow. Haramop 89 from the American Racing League is going to go ahead and take first, with Noir Antares making a mistake in the back, but I didn't think it would matter as he was probably going to end up finishing second anyways. Very good work to him, though. Meanwhile, as we go into the final corner, Nudie is leading from Damon and Desert Penguin. Last chance of overtaking. I'm not sure it'll work, though. So Nudie from ARL is going to take 3rd, with Damon, 84C, and Desert Penguin from IRS taking 4th and 5th, rounding out the top 5. Nog 3861 is going to take 6th, and rounding out the grid is going to be Ace Boy 127. What a battle between those guys, though. They were together for pretty much most, if not the entire race. And that mid-pack. Need to make sure that it was... Yep, okay. Alright, so that's going to be it for this stream. Two very hectic races, resulting in really hectic finishes. If you enjoyed watching this, make sure to leave a like or comment down below and share this video wherever, because this was very fun. Not only to broadcast, but also just the racing in general was really fun to watch. So I'm going to go ahead and stop broadcasting now. Thanks for watching, and I'll be sure to see y'all in the next team versus team event or any video that I end up uploading. If you liked what you see, you should go ahead and subscribe so you can get more notifications for when I ever stream or potentially have any other videos.